Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old Git Reacts, Reviews and Off Time Reminisces. I think that's what I do anyway. Today we're doing Raw, and a track from an album that's just come out under not the best of circumstances. The artiste here recently lost her husband, and so, as you might expect, there are some raw emotions on this album, and every track regardless is worthy of a listen, and again I've just picked one at random really, because every one is compelling, but we'll do this one from the end. In some ways it feels a bit wrong to be interrupting songs that are dealing with grief, presumably. I've not looked into particular subject matter other than what's evident on the Bandcamp page, and if this is an act of catharsis by the artist, you do not wholly comfortable with making interruptions, but nonetheless I will, because like I say something at the end and probably miss half the things I want to say, but it is clear, if not on this song, it's clear on this song, but it's clear on every track on the song that emotions are high and genuine in whatever it is that's being sung about. I don't ever look into lyrics on songs anyway, so the fact that they're in presumably Swedish make it even more less likely, but you don't need such markers or labels to understand pure emotion when it is conveyed in music. It's very much the case here, and although by and large so far in here the vocals have been harsh vocals, they're not exclusively harsh throughout the album, and on this song either. There's a more plaintive, clean tone just now in the background, and it all adds to that sense of somebody who is dealing with loss and grief. But I mean, even if I hadn't known that from the comment on the Bandcamp page, I would have still had a strong sense of it, even so. grief in the circumstances this artist has found themselves with. It's a very personal thing, and so to commit it to music, as I say, maybe an act of catharsis. Who am I to say what it is? But the thing is, if you are going to release music in this aspect, as a listener, you still want something compelling with it, because, trying to phrase this carefully so I don't sound disrespectful, and I have no disrespect at all here, but some people are naturally empathetic, and if you read the bit on Bandcamp, one would hope you would show empathy to this regardless, but it helps if the music complements the message, and here, and this is the point I'm trying to get to, the music here perfectly does so. There is no conflict between the music and the vocals and what I imagine the meaning of the vocals are, and so it's compelling regardless, but you know, you do find yourself feeling empathetic towards, it's hard to say really, knowing what you do feel an empathy that somebody is suffering. I mean, most of us, particularly my age, recognise grief from loss anyway, and so it's perhaps easier than when you're younger, because you've experienced it for yourself. I have anyway, and so I do feel myself I do find myself emotionally emotionally empathetic. It's not the word I want to use, but I feel to a degree what they're feeling, but probably not to the same extent. And again, I try not to be disrespectful and glib about this, because I'm not, but I have suffered loss, and so I do know in some ways how this must feel. All the songs on this album are either powerful or impactful or both, and I think this particular song is both. There's a strength to it, and I mean, if you've got a heart of stone and just ignore the subject matter, you will enjoy this album for what it is, regardless of the subject matter. It is a fantastic album. Even if you're totally oblivious to the context, and again, you know, you can still enjoy something on a particular level in a certain context, even though you know that the subject matter isn't particularly a cheerful one. And that's music anyway, isn't it? Music isn't just there purely for enjoyment. It's there to play on emotions, to enthuse, to unite. There's all sorts of reasons for music, and so I've lost my train of thought as usual. But yes, suffice to say, this is compelling in a number of ways. So there you go. Don't know by what degree this album is cathartic, commemorative, celebrative, but whatever it is, I think it about nails it. You know, it is at the basis, on the most basic of levels, a absolutely super black metal album, and I think the fact that somebody has worn their heart on their sleeve over it really does, and it's evident that they have, really does show that you know, when you have a genuine emotion in music, the listener can in some way, depends on your own circumstances, feel that message, feel those emotions. Don't know where I'm going with this. Again, and I don't want to waffle over something that is as personal to this artist as this, so I'll leave it at that rather than say something that not disrespectful, but something that's just utter bollocks really. So anyway, clicky bollocks, catch you all next time, cheerio.